Yeah, 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 yeah. Hey, what up, y'all? What up, y'all? This your boy LC the One, baby. LC the One to be exact, that is. AKA Illmatic 124. And not the mother sucker gang numbers, man. But my actual jersey number I wore when I was in high school. And my warm-up jerseys on the back of my mother sucker chair. Hey, what's up to my LC Nation, man? My LC gang and my LC crew. What's going on out there in the land where you live and you did? But hey, man. Um, we finna react to this full video right here, man. Carmelo Anthony on the First Take show with Stephen A. Smith, and yeah, man, they was talking about all his business and everything that he was trying to do and everything in the game, and basically the brother want to play ball, man. He want to play ball, man. You dig? And yeah, cause that's what this is all about. You know, I'm just gonna try to get through this interview, man, because I'm kind of down right now, man, because of our damn record, and I gotta, it's crazy right now, but yeah. But anyway, man, Carmelo Anthony, man, he was on Stephen A's show, The First Take, and stuff like that, man. So we finna watch this interview, and I'm gonna have to pause it in and out. You did because I don't want them to try to block the video. You know what I'm saying, and everything. So I'm trying to give y'all as much content as I can, man, for real, for real. You dig? So yeah. But yeah, let's get right into it, man. This ain't the full interview. I found one of the people that was able to record it on their channel. They put it up and stuff like that. So yeah, they was able to, put the interview up and stuff like that. I think it was a 16-minute interview or something like that. You dig? And ESPN ain't put the whole interview on their channel yet because it's exclusive. You dig what I'm talking about? Just like LeBron James. So maybe one day they'll release the whole thing, but it's broken up in bits and pieces. That's how ESPN chopped it up so they can get some dough off of it too. So we finna look at this together, man. So I'm gonna be pausing and stuff like that in and out, man. So they won't try to give me no damn block or nothing like that and mess up my live and all that. So let's get into it. This is Carmelo Anthony, man. What's the next step in your basketball career? What I guess it's one of the titles, but this is basically Carmelo Anthony, talking about his career, what happened and stuff, and why he being blackballed out the league. Basically, that's what it seemed like to me. He being blackballed. You dig what I'm talking about? I listened to a bit of it on the train, and he was talking about the Houston situation, and I was shocked because I didn't know all that was going on down there in Houston like that. And he was saying, basically, the owner just relieved him of his services after only being there for 10 days. That's crazy. It's cat dookie. But anyway, man, we finna watch this interview, man. Let's check it out.
For a while, let's get back to what you were talking about, because you was talking about your game, you was talking about your intent, how hard you work, how bad you want it, et cetera, and what ultimately dictated the decisions that you made throughout your career. Here's what I'm going to look at. I'm going to look at that 5-year, $80 million contract. I'm going to look at 5 years later, 3 years, $65 million deal with the Nuggets. I'm going to look at 3 years after that, a 5-year, $124 million deal with the New York Knicks. Nobody's trying to spend your money. Nobody's telling you you can't take that money. That's ridiculous. You take the money.
Yeah.
But one would ask the question, you had opportunities on multiple occasions to put yourself in a situation to go after the chip, and instead elected to go after the money. To that you say,
hold on. Who was my options?
Well, again,
the Miami situation, that was just an idea, right? That wasn't even, that was just an idea stages, right? And I was about to sign shortly after that conversation, right? The New York Knicks situation, I was going to Chicago. Derrick Rose, Joakim Noah, I was there, right?
Now, before we get deeper into this conversation, now that was the ideal place that I wanted him to go, because like he said, everybody was jockeying for him. The Bulls had the cap space. They had Joakim Noah. They had Derrick Rose, Young Butler. You feel me? They had all the pieces there. You feel me? They had Carlos Boozer. You dig what I'm talking about, man? They had a good damn team, and that's why I wanted the brother to land, man, for real, for real. So Yeah, I thought that was gonna happen, man. It's like I've been jogging. He currently is on the Bulls roster right now. He's still on the Bulls roster right now until he signed with a team. So, yeah, no telling how this may end up. You dig?
I was there. And then I started getting whispers behind the scenes. Yo, look, this person ain't gonna be there. It ain't really right. This and that. And it was all of that started to come up in the midst of my decision making.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't gonna let anything cloud that.
I
met with New York last. Like I think it was the last team I met with. Because I knew that I was ready to move on from that situation because of what I was dealing with and going through in New York. After that,
Chicago,
I met with New York, the last meeting, and said, tell me what you're going to do for the organization, for us to put a team together to go compete and try to win. Mm-hmm. That was my conversation with them. A lot of things that was promised, a lot of things that was said. Mm-hmm. And I said, you know what, because I belong in New York, I'm going to roll with you. I'm going to roll with you.
That sounds great.
Now, he took a big leap of faith, man, by doing that. By doing that, man, because he had a lot of options at that time. I think even he had the option to go play with Miami. You dig? And for him to pass up the Chicago Bulls and the Miami Heat with LeBron James and Dwayne Wade to go to the New York Knicks, him and Amari Stoudemire, they both sacrificed a lot because they thought, we can't just put it on Phil Jackson because he was the GM. They thought the owner at that time was going to spend money. Because they had already spent money on them two players, but spend some more money to build around them. Someone like Anthony Davis and LeBron James situation. Hello. Am I knocking on something? So, yeah, that's why Magic got up out of there because he knows some BS. And he don't want to have nothing to do with it because that's going to tarnish his name. Because in business, you feel me? Same thing, it tarnished Phil Jackson's name as a GM. It messed him up. He should have been a coach, not the person trying to put the pieces together. And for Carmelo Anthony to jump ship, well, not jump ship, well, he did jump ship because he left, he left Denver first. Then he went to Oklahoma. Then after that, he went to the Knicks after Denver. Okay? So that was a big move right there. He was a franchise player. He could have stayed put and everything would have been all good. You know, even though he was losing them rounds, you know, you got to go through stuff, you know, before you get somewhere. Like Tyrese Gibson always said, you grow through what you go through. Basically, let's get back to the interview.
It's believable. But the flip side to it is that people will look at it and they will say, Carmelo Anthony, you've been in the league for 16 years. Mm-hmm. You've been to one conference championship. You've never played in an NBA finals. Your man, LeBron James, 9 NBA finals, 3 championships. D. Wade, your other brother, 5 NBA finals appearances, 3 championships.
Can't compare.
That's right. Can't compare. How do you feel about that? How does that make you feel, particularly when you're in their presence?
As a competitor, it makes me feel like, damn, why not me? What's going on? But on the flip side of that, I've never been put in those situations before. I've never had the teams that LeBron James has had. I've never had the teams that D. Wade has had. I've never had the teams that a lot of these stars out there has had. It's always been me.
But what responsibility do you have with that? Because one could argue, even though you ended up forcing your way out of New York, you could have potentially done that sooner.
They forced me out of New York.
Well, I'm just saying, people like me were begging you to leave or what have you, but you wanted to stay in New York even when it was clear they were not going to be a part of the championship equation.
Right, I was naive. I believed in them so much.
You believed in the New York Knicks. I want to make sure I'm sorry.
I believed in what I was saying.
Okay.
What was told to me.
Right,
okay.
Right.
I believe what was told to me, and I was naive to anything else. I felt comfortable. I was home. I was on my square in New York. And I wanted that. Nobody else wanted that. So I wanted to do something that was special in New York. I was putting all the chips on everybody else and say, yo, give me somebody, give me some people here, put something around me, and then let's give me a fair chance.
I just said that, didn't I? I just said
Right
that.
now, as you sit here, you're free to land anywhere else. Damian Lillard, star guard for the Portland Trail Blazers, just became the first $250 million
What?
player in the NBA. 6 years, $250 million for the Portland Trail Blazers, and deserves it.
Damn. Hold up. Damian Lillard just got $250 million? I didn't even know that. They didn't put none of that in the news. But to piggyback off what Carmelo just said, man, he felt betrayed. That's basically what he was saying. He felt betrayed because he thought that organization was going to embrace him better. You know, because he's from the city. It's just like Kawhi going back to LA and Paul George, because they both from them walk of the streets, you dig? And for them to do that, that's like a slap in his that's a slap in his face. Because they didn't mean what they said. Basically.
He tweeted
Now what's wrong with that interview, Joe?
that he was in support of you having a farewell tour, but then I spoke to him directly, and he was like, really, it's not even about that. I just think he was done wrong. This is a guy that should be in the league. Don't tell me that Carmelo Anthony shouldn't be
Now what the hell going on with the video,
in
man?
roster.
Right.
But you ain't in Portland.
Right.
LeBron James in LA. They got Anthony Davis. But they needed to build a roster. They had about 11 roster spots to fill. You ain't there.
Right.
CP3's in Oklahoma City. Had he gone to Miami, he probably would have made sure they took you there. But you're looking at guys in the league that are perceived as having the necessary clout to have you on a roster. Does it strike you as a tad bit odd that you're not on a roster, considering the amount of friends that you have that would speak up on your behalf?
It strikes me that I'm not on the roster along with, like, due to my talent first.
Hold on, let's clarify something. So, he was traded to the Bulls, alright? So he's still under contract with the Bulls, but he's currently not signed with nobody. So I guess they bought his contract out or something like that. So let's get back to it.
Right? Due to my skill, knowing what I can still bring to this game. Right? You mean to tell me there's 30 teams in the NBA? I can't make a 15-man roster out of 30 teams in the NBA?
Wow.
That's why I start to, like, think about this a lot
That's
more.
why I say he being
30
blackballed.
teams, I can't make a 15-man roster in this NBA.
Well, part of it is the game, but the other part is the politics. In other words,
Right.
yeah, you better than at least 10 to 15. I would argue obviously better than that. But at least the 10th to the 15th man of the roster, definitely you're better than all of those guys. The flip side is, because of your resume, because of your pedigree and history, could he accept a lesser role? To that, Carmelo Anthony says what?
1,000%. And I had to do that. I had to do that in Oklahoma City. That was a whole totally different role. I had to accept a role that I wasn't willing to accept at that point in time. And I wasn't willing to accept that role of coming off the bench in Houston because that never was relayed to me. It was, you are the piece that we need to
Right.
get us over the hump.
Right. That's
win the
that's
championship.
exactly what it was.
I went in there with that mentality.
Right.
Yo, we need Melo to come here to get us over this. I watched it. I watched it previous year. I saw where I can plug myself in that. And I really believed that we were going to do that. But when I get there, it was something totally different. The dialogue started getting less and less. It was no more conversations. It was just doing, and then I got to react to the things that's being done. Look on the board, your name is not on the board. Damn, why my name not on the board? All right, cool. I accept that. Let me move on. All right, you're not gonna start tonight. All right, cool. Man, you should have told me that. Like, let me feel it. I've never done this before. I've never come off the bench before. I've never done that, except for USA team. But that's something. So you got the 12 best players in the world on one team. You
Right.
telling me that you want me to come off the like communicate that with me?
And it's clear to say, and just to be clear, you don't believe there is one NBA team one that has 15 players on it better than you. I just want to be clear about that.
I'm not saying that it's 15 players better than me. I'm saying out of 30 teams, it's 15-man roster. You mean to tell me I can't make a 15-man roster? That's what I'm saying. And I start looking at it in a broader perspective. That's where.
Now that is blasphemy, man. I don't know what's going on, but why is this happening to Carmelo Anthony? That's the question. Why is this happening to him? Now, when he left the Knicks organization, he did good with the Knicks. He did damn good. Boy scored 60 points. I think he was that was the most in franchise history, passing like Bernard King or something, right? What the hell is going on, man? Why are they doing this to Carmelo Anthony is the question. Why? I mean, he went to Oklahoma. He performed. He performed well. They did damn good. You see how, and they was in the playoffs. And they had just missed going to the dance. All right? They could have beat Golden State. But what the hell is going on? Why is he getting blackballed? I don't understand that for nothing. And then nobody calling the brother. And now his own people, a trainer talking about, man, you finna do a farewell tour. They trying to get him out the league. That's crazy. All because the man took $80 million from the Knicks. That's what it's looking like to me. And he's saying that's what it is. It's the politics in it. And he don't like it because it ain't basketball no more. It's bigger than that. Let's get back to it.
It don't become about basketball to me. It becomes about politics. And at one point in time, I was saying, I don't want to deal with politics of the game. I've been in this game for a long, long time. I've seen this game transcend. I've seen it transform. I've seen it move forward.
I got to get on you about that, though. I don't understand for the life of me how in God's name you can't deal with the politics when, I mean, obviously you got more friends than the three that I'm about to mention. But in LeBron James, you got the biggest iconic sports figure in the world right now.
Listen.
But I'm just talking about in terms of his approach, his intellect, the conversations y'all have. You got a guy in D. Wade that's an elder statesman. That's how he's viewed.
Right.
And then you got a guy like CP3. He's the president of the Players Association.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, you have very, very smart and accomplished friends in your inner circle.
Right, and we speak.
Right. So when you talk about politics, you haven't figured out a way to maneuver your way around that?
I talk to those three. We talk a lot about basketball and about situations. I can't rely on LeBron James to just because you're my brother, like
handle his business.
I gotta give you this 15-man spot.
No, I'm not meaning that. I'm talking about the advice.
Right.
I get advice all the time.
Right.
I gotta do what's best for me at this point in time. What's gonna make me happy. Right? Making me happy is going to a place, playing basketball, enjoying it again, accepting a role that I might not normally would have accepted in the past. I don't mind coming off. I've done it. I came off the bench in Houston, 10 days. We don't know how that worked. I don't mind coming off the bench. That's not an issue with me.
Why should somebody?
He's not coming off the bench in LA.
Because I'm speaking my truth, right? And I never do this. I never speak out about this. I'm not begging, but I feel like there's too many narratives about Carmelo Anthony, but not coming from the horse's mouth. And that's when I start to get, I'm like, yo, like it's too many people speaking.
Right, on his behalf.
There's too many people speaking on my name, and I don't like that.
So where would you like to go? It's a lot of teams in the NBA.
Play. Look, I see.
There's a lot of teams in the NBA. I'm just saying.
I want to play like at this point in time. I done went to Oklahoma City to try to win the championship. I done went to Houston to try to win the
Going
championship.
to LA, baby.
Ultimate goal is to win a championship. That's the only thing left for me to do is win a championship. So yes, I want to play and I want to go win a championship.
He want to go somewhere where he can win a chip.
But I
Simple.
also want to play. Right? I want to get back out there on the court. I missed the game. I was away from the game for damn near a whole season. Right? I got an opportunity to step back. I got an opportunity to grow as a person, as a man. And I deserve another shot. Like, I want another shot. I would never stop loving the game until I decide to say, this is over. And I can pass.
Yeah. Now, he's saying it pretty much in a nutshell. Now, he do deserve a shot. Now this is ridiculous to even be talking about this, because this is Carmelo Anthony, man. This is one of the 50th greatest players of all time, and he's still actively playing basketball. He hasn't retired. They're trying to force him that route. LeBron is his constituent, okay? LeBron got 4 years he playing right now. He can play some more years if he want to. Mike did it. He played at 40, 41, 42. So what's the damn problem, man? Okay? Why ain't nobody calling him? I know he going to L.A. Period. He going to L.A. because he got to win a championship, and that's the only place you could do it. And Chris Paul, I could put money on this. Chris Paul gonna be in LA too. I could bet facts on that, because by him electing to stay in Oklahoma, because he got traded to Oklahoma, right? They said by the middle of the year he can get traded. So expect like Rondo or Kuzma, somebody finna get up out of LA for Chris Paul. I'm telling you, if it's gonna materialize, that's what's gonna happen. You know, because they gotta win a championship. It ain't no more beating around the bush. I love Rondo, that's my man. Kuzma, you cold too. But at this juncture right now, Carmelo, Paul, they gotta get a ring. That's it. That's just facts. If they don't get it, it's over with, baby. So that's it, man. They gotta go to LA and play with their homie. That's the only way it's gonna happen. Because these teams ain't getting no weaker. They getting more stronger. Let's go.
That on to somebody else.
But a lot of people out there don't want to hear that about Carmelo Anthony. I know you might not want to care about that, but let me explain. They might not care, they might not want to hear that from Carmelo Anthony because they're thinking about a 24-point per game scorer, career-wise, or nearly 45% shooting, who's been to the All-Star game 16 times, who's an All-NBA player 6 different times, one of the prolific scorers this game has ever seen, a scoring champion one season as well, where you average more than 28 per game. And they're thinking about all of those individual accolades, kind of 3-time Olympic gold medalist, a national champion at Syracuse, destined to go in the Basketball Hall of Fame because of all of those things. But you have never played in an NBA Finals. So a lot of people look at you and say, that should be the absolute priority, not just playing. You should be working diligently to ensure that you're going to end up on a title contender.
That's my goal. Like, nobody knows that, but I don't have to speak on that. Like, I know what's going on behind the scenes. My goal is to win a championship. At the end of the day, that's my goal. As long as I'm playing basketball, I want to win the championship. But if I don't have the opportunity to win a championship, I still love this game of basketball enough to just want to play basketball. Have fun, enjoy it, put a smile back on my face, feel good about this game of basketball for once again.
We're going to get back into those feelings in just a minute. This is Stephen A. Smith right here on First Take. Be back with more of Carmelo in a minute.
Okay, man. Like I said, I didn't have all of the interview you did. They did a lot of talking about a lot of things. Now, I could go into a few more videos for y'all, man, and let y'all see what's going on and stuff and what they was talking about. You know, Carmelo Anthony never had the team. We heard that. Reacted to Carmelo Anthony first take comments. Did they? A big three with LeBron and D-Wade was never an option. Okay. Yeah. So let me see. We finna Carmelo Anthony for the interview. Now, some of the stuff that we didn't get the chance to hear in the, I guess, it was a big interview. How much minutes we got? We doing pretty. What's that? Oh, okay, I'm gonna do 30 minutes. Anthony will be at peace if NBA career is over. Now, this probably gonna be the last part we're gonna see, because he's saying he'll be at peace if his career is declared over by the NBA. So let's listen to what Carmelo got to say about it.
If we had to crystallize why you felt it was important to sit here this morning, is it fair to say primarily it's about reminding everybody how much you love this game and you ain't able to walk away, you ain't ready to walk away from it yet?
Totally. I think, well, also a part of that is just people hearing from me, because I don't speak. Like, I keep things to myself. I keep things to my inner circle. Because I always feel like I don't have to combat every time somebody says something about me. I've been dealing with it for too long.
Mm-hmm.
But it came a point in time now where just enough is enough. It was just too many narratives. I haven't said anything since November, you know, being out there in Houston. Even when I left Houston, I didn't say anything. Like, I've never talked bad about nobody. I've never threw anybody under the bus. I always took the ownership on myself and said, you know what, look, at the end of the day, this is just not gonna work. I gotta move on. So I think now is the time for me to like really get people to understand, like, I'm human, I got emotions, I deal with things too. I just deal with them differently, and now is the time for me to say something.
If you don't land another NBA job, how are you going to handle that?
I think I would be, I gotta watch what I say on this because I know it's gonna be, I think I would be at peace, right? And I say that because right now I'm in limbo.
Let me answer it for the brother. Now, he just said he'd be in limbo. He said he'll be at peace, but he will be fucking pissed, okay? Because basically the league is ostracizing the brother and they trying to kick him out. For what reasons, we don't know. And I'm thinking it's because of the off-court stuff, but that's a non-factor. He play ball and he show up and he show the fuck out, period. But all the other stuff, you know, he can get scrutinized for that, you know, what's going on in his personal affairs. But the man will be pissed. Because I know I would be if you one of the greatest players, 50 greatest players of all times, currently still playing. And the league don't want to, nobody wants you. Is it because of the next deal? It got to be because of the next deal. Like Stephen A. is putting emphasis on that because the man took the bread. But the organization couldn't do nothing. They couldn't build around the brother. So who fault is that? You know, it was business. And he did his job. Simple. Let's finish listen to what the brother got to say and we out.
Right? And I wake up every day. I got my same routine, my regimen.
I got you, little homie.
This A, B, and C. But if I know that this would be it, I would have to be at peace with that. So I can work on that, knowing that I won't be in limbo anymore, and I can move on to do other things that needs, you know, that needs focus on. Right now, I can't do those things because I don't know what team I'm going to be on. I don't know what situation I'm going to be on. So it's hard for me to focus on anything else other than staying locked in, going to the gym, training,
right.
Keeping my body right, keeping my mind right, or.
What is the legacy if your career is over? And I hope it's not, because I don't think it should be.
Mm-hmm.
But if your career is over, what is the legacy of Carmelo Anthony in the mind of Carmelo Anthony?
I think when we talk about legacy, right, it's something that, you know, people leaves behind when they dead and gone, right? For me, my legacy will always continue, right? Because I'm giving back what I've learned, not what I've earned, right? To me, that's legacy. Giving back to what I've learned, not what I've earned. My legacy will always
And explain
continue.
that, giving back what you've learned. Explain.
Now, what he's saying, he didn't earn as much as LeBron now, okay? Because when he was in Denver, he laid it out there for him, man. Carmelo was, man, look, and they didn't pay the brother. He was somewhat like a Michael Jordan situation. The only person that reached for him was Michael Jordan. He was on Brand Jordan. Brand Jordan made Carmelo look epic big. And he was epic big. He was one of the best scorers in the NBA. He was the leading scorer in the NBA for a long time. But organizations like that, you know, no shade on Denver, I like what they're doing now, but they could have treated him better. And they could have surrounded him with more talent. Because he said that earlier in the interview, he never had the tape that LeBron had. Because LeBron came straight through the gate. Man, he had a bunch of cold players. That's how he was able to get to all those damn championships. Right? Because he had the personnel. Simple. Dwayne Wade too. Yeah. So, yeah, man. Uh-huh. Yeah.
Give back what I've learned.
Hey, and Melo been on all my teams. If y'all know that, Carmelo Anthony has been on all my teams since they got better. 2016, since I stopped playing, the new versions of this stuff on the Xbox. One, Carmelo been on him, Derrick Rose, and Dwayne Wade. All three of them, you can see my highlights. I always got Melo on my team, starting and everything. Yep.
Very philanthropic.
Right, so
your time, your money, and
my
all
time, my money, my community,
Baltimore, Puerto Rico,
New York, Puerto Rico, all over the world, South Africa. Like that's what I mean about giving back what I've learned, but also allowing other fellow athletes to come into my circle. Meaning, Donovan Mitchell wanted to get some some tidbits.
Wow.
Kuzma wanted to come and get some tidbits. A lot of the young players and older players are coming to me behind closed doors saying, "No, I want to work out with you." Like that's my legacy at the end of the day.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN Plus.
Yeah. Okay, man. So we done heard it right there from the horse's mouth, man, because he been saying that he haven't said nothing. He like R. Kelly ain't said nothing, just letting the public speak their piece. Okay? So he spoke his piece and he got it out there, man, because he know this is wrong what's going on with him in his career. And I know damn sure for a fact he gonna end up on the Lakers organization. Simple. I don't know why nobody wanna take him. They acting like he a risk or something. Like he a flight risk or something, like he collateral damage or something. This is Carmelo Anthony we talking about, man. Get a young buck another go at it, man. For real. He deserved it. They did it for GP. Didn't GP get a ring? Yeah, he did. I think he was with Miami. BBR, they got a ring, yeah. So why not? What's the problem? He should be on the Lakers roster. Chris Paul may end up on the Lakers roster. I know that's gonna happen because LeBron said he want to play with those players. He got enough prowess to speak his mind. Now, Magic was there. Now is this new guy that look like what's his name? I forget his name, but he looked just like my man though. But anyway, he's supposed to be running this organization, but he got to listen to the players. He the GM or whatever he is, the president, owner, president of operations and stuff. He got to listen to the players, pretty much. What's that, Brad Lowe? Y'all know who I'm talking. He look just like him. But anyway, man, I be discombobulated and stuff. Plus, I'm kind of messed up because they don't want to release my damn record. And then I got my homie and stuff, man. She got to put her info in, for it to go through. But anyway, man, I'm just ready to get this money, man. I'm tired of walking for people, man. You feel me? Like you said in Hustle and Flow. When somebody wants to, they make you walk for them. Now, you got to walk for me now. I did my time. You see all this shit. But anyway, man, we finna get up out of here, man. Hey, this your boy LC1 baby. LC1 to be exact, that is AKA Illmatic 124. And not the motherfucking gang numbers, man. But my actual jersey number I wore when I was in high school. And my warm-up jerseys on the back of my motherfucking chair. Like I always say, man, keep it pimping and avoid slipping. Because they will get your motherfucking ass if you slip on that motherfucking banana peel. You dig what I'm talking about, man? And like I always say, man, touch the Reverend God. We're going to fully shout out to my LC Nation, my LC Gang, my LC crew. I need y'all like this video. Share this video, comment on this video, man. And most importantly of all, man, subscribe to my YouTube channel, man. And turn the notification bell button on. Ding! To get more exclusive dope content from a Pimp Play Against Hustle. All about mine, baby. And like I always say, man, touch the Reverend God. We going to 5, a 4, a 3, a 2, a 1. Church. And them. We out this peace. Yeah. So that's Trilling the Game with the wide frame, baby. Pick up.